Salutations, friends. It's your pal, said Stevie, and I'm just going to warn you right now, you might want to pop some Dramamine. My camera, as per normal, is a little bit shaky today, and it's fairly windy out, so there's that. But I am going to be talking to you folks today about this bad mamma jamma right here. This is a prototype from Manganas Steel. Yup. This is Sherif's newest design. He is working with Riat as the OEM. And I gotta say, although I'm a big fan of Sherif's designs, I got just about all of them sitting off to the left here. When he showed this one off, it didn't quite speak to me like some of his other designs did. And I was being a little judgmental, but he sent it to me to check out. I've had it for about 11 days or so now. I've carried it every single day since I got it, and I gotta say my opinion has changed, and I think that people are really gonna dig this knife from him. It is a little bit of a departure from him. I mean, I say that, but then again, not really. I think it's mainly because the Kaimano is still fresh in my head, which is a complete departure from the Kaimano, which I'll pull out to do some comparisons here in a little bit. But yeah, this is really good, and I think again that people are going to be really impressed by this. So I don't have all the specs in front of me. I'm kind of doing this off of memory based on conversations I've had with him, but it's right around an 8-inch knife. Full size, 3.6 inch blade, a little over 4-inch handle. If I can get a full 4 on it, I know that that's 4-inch, and then I got some still hanging out there. But this fits well in my hand. You are looking at I guess this is a drop point blade. Is that what we're going to call this? Nice belly towards the tip there. Nice crowned spine. Mirrored kind of stonewash finish to the full flat grind, and you have satin on the flats. You can see this as thumb studs for deployment, and we will talk about I will talk about some of the changes that are going to be taking place to this before it goes into production, but I'm just going to go over it as is right now. So satin flats on the blade, thumb studs, contoured titanium handles in the plain tie finish with a satin pivot collar, all satin hardware. It's T8 all around. Looking at the back spacer, runs roughly 2/3 of the way, or a third of the way. I'm a horrible judge on that, but it goes not quite full length of the spine, but it does wrap around all the way, which I always like. And then a spot for your lanyard folks. Moving over to the other side, this is a non-reversible right-hand carry tip-up milled titanium pocket clip. And I gotta say, upon first looks, before I even put it into the pocket, I thought, there's no way this is going to be good. And I was wrong. I'm truly wrong. I haven't raved about a pocket clip in a while. A standard milled pocket clip that I haven't, put on an aftermarket one like a Lynch clip. This is done really well, and I think it has to do with the pocket that's milled out for underneath there. But I even had Steve Claire put it in pocket. He dug it. Work Knife Balance said the same thing. But the pocket clip is done really, really well. I'm really digging it. And more T8 hardware. Hidden pocket clip screw. It's just going in from the backside there. And then on this, you see that it's M390 on the steel marking. That's going to be changing to MagnaCut. Yes, this will be changing from M390 to MagnaCut at 63 HRC. He pushed for that, and he's getting it. These thumb studs also are going to be changing. He didn't specify these thumb studs. This is just what Riat gave them. And apparently these are from another designer who's kind of making a fuss about it. Sherif has already told him that I don't plan on using these thumb studs. They're changing. He's shown a couple of different studs that he has in mind. I think they're all going to work just fine. But those studs will be changing. And then you see his Manganas Steel logo. And this did come plenty sharp. I don't have paper to cut with, and since the blade steel is going to be changing, I didn't do like a lot of cut tests or anything on this. But it's processed cardboard. It's spread peanut butter on my waffles. This has been my primary knife for 11 days now, and it's good to go on the blade as far as I'm concerned. This is a frame lock with a steel lock bar insert. You see the cutout for the lock bars on the inside, which I also like, and I think that helps with going in and out of the pocket. Easy access to the lock bar. People are always going to complain about extra lock bar access. Doesn't have a big chamfer to access it, but I haven't had any problems trying to disengage whatsoever. So I think the access to the lock bar is just fine. And there will be some jimping that is added to the underside of the lock bar there. That's another thing that's going to be changing. I did not mention the jimping on the spine of the knife. That's going to be changing to more of like the pina style jimping here, to where it's a little bit smaller jimps closer together and bites really well. I think that's what he talked about. This is jimping that Riot can do also, and because right now, I told him this jimping is just for looks. It's not doing anything. I think it definitely needs some jimping, but it's not doing anything. It's very, very shallow jimping. So that will be changing. But it is completely centered. It stayed on center. I haven't touched the hardware at all. I haven't adjusted it, done anything to it, and it's developed zero blade play whatsoever. No wobbles. It's solid. We got everybody likes a good spine whack. I'm whacking it. And this has stayed completely solid. That's not the first time I've done that either. Stud placement, I think, is going to be not changing. It's going to stay the same, and you can absolutely fire it out. The detent is absolutely dialed in. I think it's good to go there. This is designed not to be a front flipper. It's more of an so you can have an overbuilt stop pin, which, by the way, these, if I didn't mention, these two screws right here is what is holding in the stop pin. But because it's got a little protrusion there, you can actually front flip it. That's not what it's designed for, but if you want to get some front flipping action out of it, you can. The action is good to go. It's broken in really good, drops to the nail, a little shake shut. And you can also middle finger flick it. Just fine. So overall, I think that the design is totally solid. Ergos are money. I don't feel a single hot spot in my hand whatsoever. The couple of cardboard cuts that I did, and I meant to film it and then I just didn't. Excuse me. Wet my whistle. Drinking some coffee, black like my soul, out of my some dude artwork mug. Yeah, I meant to film those couple of cuts that I did, and I just forgot to. But ergos are money on this, and yeah, I don't know what else. I talked about all the changes. Nothing happening with the pocket clip. Studs are changing from M390 to MagnaCut. Jimping's changing. Jimping adding to the lock bar access there. And other than that, this knife is going to be pretty much as you see it. I forget what he told me the weight is, but it's fairly light, and there is some fair amount of internal. I wanted to take it apart, and I almost did, but then I shouldn't. But lots of good internal milling, and if you can see there's also milling done to the underside of the pocket clip, the back spacer, which I don't think I've seen that before. Or maybe I just haven't paid attention, but yeah, you see there is plenty of relief pockets in there to give this some weight reduction. And overall, I really dig it. And when I first got it in hand, I sent Sherif a series of videos telling him all the little things that I was going to critique. And he literally was like, bro, we're on the exact same page. That's all the same stuff that we're already addressing. And he confirmed last night on Work Knife Balance's live stream that I was on with him and Steven and Nathan from Just a Tip EDC that he's already talked to Riot. Those are already going to be put forward. And I think he said he might have a prototype with the changes in hand by Blade Show, which is in a couple weeks. Don't quote me on that, but I do think that he did say that. And if that's the case, that's awesome. Price point on this bad boy has not been announced yet, and he has not set the price point. I can tell you, though, you guys, I think you're going to be shocked at the value that you're going to get with this knife. A titanium frame lock M39, or excuse me, Magna Cut in 63 HRC from Riot is going to be at a very affordable price. That's all I can say right now because he doesn't want me to quote pricing, but I will say that this is it'll still be out of the, if you're not going to ever spend more than $200 on a pocket knife, yeah, it's going to be more than $200. But you're going to be, I think, very pleased on where the price point ends, and I think this makes it an absolutely attainable knife. For some folks that want a Riot produced knife, Riot does a great job, and something in titanium and Magna Cut. You guys are going to be, again, very, very impressed by the price once he has it set. I can guarantee you that. And so, yeah, again, aesthetically, this is not really my cup of tea traditionally, but it's grown on me. And I would say that this is, look, I am going to support my friends when they design a knife. 100%. Am I always going to pick one up? To be determined. I initially thought, nah, this is probably one I'm going to pass on. But I can say after handling this for the last 11 days, this will be one that I absolutely pick up. It's out of my comfort zone, but I've just really enjoyed carrying it. And I enjoy carrying most of Sherif's designs. I talked about the Kaimano earlier, and I was kind of comparing it to the Kaimano at first. Sherif's first in-house release. And you can see there such a difference in design. But you see the opposite ends of the spectrum of what Sherif likes. Sherif is the tactical guy. He loves a good tactical folder, and that's what all this is. This is a big, beefy, aggressive Tanto, hollow ground, compound grind, just badass, gnarly folder. This, on the other hand, although it's going to get the job done, is much more subdued in design. I don't use the word plain Jane in a negative way, but it's definitely a little on the plainer style, just with the, just plain stonewashed and whatnot. But it's definitely more gentlemanly. And I think that, if I didn't mention, it's running on caged ceramic bearings, by the way. Yeah, big differences. And he's going to, a couple of the things, though, that I liked about the Kaimano that I said, although I'm not trying to make this the Kaimano, I think you should do, he's doing. Again, adding some jimping to the lock bar and changing the jimps on. This jimping is not what I think should be on the blade of this, but adding different jimping is good to go. And I think that that's a pretty solid lineup that he's got going for him right now. I think that we will see this. I don't know how he's going to do the release. It might be a pre-order. It's also going to be a much more limited run than the Kaimano was, which, by the way, I think he said he's only got like 3 or so left on the site of the Kaimano. He's going to have 4 awesome custom special editions with him at Blade Show for sale. But he's damn near sold out of the Kaimano, which is awesome. And I have a feeling, knowing that this is going to be a limited release, that this is going to sell out quick. And who knows if he'll end up doing a second run or not. But, yeah. I'm really digging it. And I've said it to everyone that I've talked to. I really think that this is a knife that if you get it in hand, you're going to fall in love with. Just everything about it. And I expect this to do well for him. I'll bring him out to show him off, but as I was mentioning, I do enjoy some Manganas designs. Here's the very first one I ever got, the Momentum, which still waiting to get the titanium version, which if you guys haven't seen, Tactical Terry did Cheetos titanium Momentum, and it looks awesome. But fabulous design there. And then we have, of course, the Kaiser Grazioso, one of my more carried knives. Has a nice, awesome edge by Klingenworks Quality Sharpening. Shout out to Kyle Kunel over there. He's always linked in the description of all my videos. If you ever want a knife sharpened, hit up Kyle. He does an awesome job, and he's surprisingly professional. Then we have the Kube Ruckus. This is the titanium liner lock version, as opposed to the G10. And then we have the Veloce. This is the V2 Veloce in S90V in black titanium. Love that. And then here we have the... Oh, God. I forgot the name of this one. I've carried it a bunch, actually. Surprisingly, more than I thought I would. God, I am totally blanking on the name. It's not the Nautilus. Is this the Nautilus? No, the Nautilus is one I don't have, and RCB is the other one I don't have. The it starts with an M. God, I can't remember it. Oh, well. But great knife in itself. But, yeah, that's my Manganas steel collection. Kubi. Kaiser, OEM'd by Kaiser. Soon to be OEM'd by Riot. So, there you go, folks. Let me get these all out of my way here. And bring it back to the prototype. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have any other questions, you can hit me up. Catch us in the live streams. Feel free to ask Sherif any questions. He's an open book, and anything that you ask, he'll have an answer for. Definitely cool dude. Thought I'd show this off also. This is from, I think 2 months ago, the Forest Hank of the Month, the Sherif edition. Carrying it a fair amount. Gotta wash it. And then I have one of his poker chips as well. I got all sorts of Sherif swag. I got a bunch of his stickers and everything as well. I can't do this video without mentioning, speaking of poker chips, get mine out of my pocket here. EDC Roundtable has just released a poker chip to commemorate our 2-year anniversary. We just turned 2 years old. And what we're doing with these poker chips, and this will be linked in the description as well, is for everyone that purchases a poker chip, you're going to be entered into a giveaway that is going to include stuff from every member of the roundtable. So you got Lancelot Leather, Forest Hanks, you got Jack's Lungs, Chromatic EDC, said Stevie. So we will be announcing all the items coming up on a live stream that I'm doing on the 18th. I guess this will release on Friday the 17th. It'll be the following day. But you can pick up a poker chip for $17 or add a slip to it, and I think it's $33.50. But then you can use one of your favorite codes and get 10% off. So you can use Mango 10, you could use Maddie 10, you could use Stevie 10, you could use Cheeto 10, you can use WKB Work Knife Balance 10. All sorts of 10% discount codes. If you're not sure about one, reach out. We'll let you know. That brings it down in cost. And we'll run it up until June 1st. And then everyone that has, again, every chip is one entry. So if you buy multiple chips, you're going to get multiple entries. We will run it and have everything sent out prior to me leaving for Blade Show, which is in a couple weeks. So That's all I got for you folks. I was really going to shoot for like a 15-minute video on this, and of course did not make it as per normal. 25 is kind of my standard length videos, but again, let me know what you guys think about the prototype. I'm really stoked for Sherif on this. Again, I do think it's going to do well for him. I think that this is going to speak to more people that might not have been, so in on the Kaimano. This is much more gentlemanly, and I think that folks are going to like it. So that's all I got for you folks today. Appreciate you tuning in. And until the next one, I bid you mofos, au deuces. Bye-bye.